course, Elaine Thompson, hurrah, the big draw card, but not in this first one. Well, Kocher was impressive, so was Josha. Alfred's had a big season, so's Lloyd. Lansequo will carry the local hopes, and those local hopes have been carried well so far with the men, haven't they?
Well, there's such a, you get buoyed by a crowd that's really behind you. You just find that little bit extra, and they seem to be enjoying the crowd, the English and Welsh and Scottish athletes.
Well, we had the same thing at the Gold Coast. You were there in Melbourne in 06. Kathy was there in 00. We know what it's like, don't we?
It's brilliant. And that support that Freeman got in Sydney 2000, it was one of those moments where the crowd noise was just so super loud. No wonder she wore the suit to try and block them out.
And look at this crowd here. It's been full in the mornings and full at night, and they're loud and raucous and they're knowledgeable. So here's the lineup. The Welsh on the right, and Jamaica on the left. So 24-year-old Hannah Bry here. She was fourth in her heat.
She's had an incredible story. In 2014, she went to the Commonwealth Games at 16 and has just been riddled with injuries, but she's back.
Veronica Pereira, semi-finalist at the Australian Championships, personal best in her heat. This is a massive performance for her from Singapore. A
brilliant performance, and those domestic races that she had have really helped her with the competition experience. One
of the favourites, Julien ALFRED, she ran a sensational 10.81. She's the American Collegiate Champion this year. A long season, though. What about Shosha of Botswana?
She's the 2018 Junior Sportswoman of the Year from her country, and she is one who's just starting to find her ropes in the women's sprint.
Amani Lansequo, big star here. Great smile. Season's best behind Elaine Thompson in the heat. Well, certainly one of the favourites. She was a semi-finalist in Eugene a couple of weeks ago. She won her heat in 10.99.
Well, she's had so many injury setbacks, and she's also another one that's had an incredibly long season.
Joella Lloyd, she set a national record in the semi-final of the American Collegiate Championships. So she's got a gold medal at the Olympics and a silver medal at the World Championships recently in that Jamaican relay team.
And she's run well in Birmingham before. She made that final of the world indoor 60 metres where she finished 8th in 2018. So she's used to the crowds of Birmingham.
So it's the same qualification as the men. You can see that. Here's ALFRED. She's a tall figure, a slightly different style. Wakosha. Nigeria is so strong. We saw the men, but the women feel like they may be stronger again. Wide open, I think, Tamsin, don't you, this one?
Definitely. I think we've got to be looking at Lansequo and Nkocha.
So, in that set position now. She was a little unsettled, Lukosha, I thought at the start, but she goes up to Lansequo. ALFRED's got a brilliant start here in lane number 3, showing them a clean pair of heels at the moment, and the big two go through. ALFRED, Lansequo was third, so it's ALFRED, Wakocha and Lansequo, 11.03. She was impressive.
Well, she's been a huge improver this year, the Texas Longhorn athlete. She's got the national record over 100 and 200. You know, her dad passed away, and he always wanted to see her compete internationally, and he would have been so proud looking down on that.
So let's